Hello everyone and welcome to Long's Toys. I have a Transformers Combiner Wars review for you today. This is Brawl. He is another of the Combaticons who will eventually form Bruticus once I have all five, as you can see there on the side. So he is a tank, as you can see right here, and of course he comes with an IDW comic book. Taking a look at the back, you have a nice picture of the bot mode and the alt mode. If I try to zoom in here so you can take a look at the bio. There you go. So there you go. Gonna go ahead, pop this guy out of the packaging, and we will take a closer look. Alright, so taking a look at Brawl outside of the packaging, I think he looks pretty good. I think the color green is kind of a brownish green they use, but it's definitely a military green. Whoops, sorry, lining up the backpack there. He's got a nice Decepticon symbol on each side of the turret here, and then he's got another tiny one here on his chest. Very small. We'll zoom in to take a look. So yeah, a little Decepticon symbol there. I think the head sculpt looks great. Very G1-esque. The visor and a faceplate. Pretty sure that's what original G1 Brawl looked like, so that's nice. A lot of people I've noticed have been complaining that right here, where the kind of gray hooks into the leg to form kind of the right below. This is technically the knee joint here, but right below the knee joint. A lot of people have complained that theirs are loose. But mine's really not, so I don't know if I just got lucky or, you know, what the deal is. But hopefully if you pick up Brawl, yours are fine like mine. Now I will say you can see the kind of gap here in the chest. And that is a little weird. You can see the joint, how it kind of comes down, and then this is the crotch plate. But I mean, that does hook into place. It just is a little weird. But it does work. Excuse me. But I do like the look of the figure. I think it definitely reminds me of the G1 character. The face, head sculpt is definitely done nice. And I like the overall color scheme. Comes with two accessories. The standard hand-foot combiner piece. I'm going to put that off to the side. And then he's got this gun. Now you can either pop the gun in here on the side of the arm. For like that. Or he can, of course, hold it in his hand. Like that. So however you would like to do that. You also can go ahead and you see how there's two holes on each side. You can see through it actually. There's little flat kind of pegs inside here, so you can just go ahead and this will become the turret of the tank in tank mode. But if you really want a G1 feel, this is kind of how he always had the barrel of the turret up there in G1, in his G1 mode, so in his robot mode. So if you want to just do that, you can leave it up there all the time. If you would like it to be very G1 accurate. But overall, I think the paint's nice. I think the details molded in are nice. I like the Decepticon symbols, the color scheme. Overall, I'm pretty happy with him. For articulation-wise, the head can move from side to side. There are two kind of joints here in the shoulder. It's going to be hard to see because it's dark. But there's a joint immediately touching the body, and then there's another joint inside, so you can... And that's probably, you can see that joint in there and then this joint. So you can turn this up and down and also this up and down close to the body. So keeps the arms a little bit close to the body, but it's not terrible. There's a ball joint here in the elbow, as you can see. You have some articulation here in the waist, but that's mostly for the transformation. Ball joint in the hip. Then you have a thigh swivel. Then you have the knee. And then there's a little bit of ankle play as well. And I can't determine that this is here for any other reason. It might have something to do with the combined mode. I'm not 100%. It looks like maybe you can flip this out of the way if you need to make him a little bit shorter when he's merging together to form Bruticus. Otherwise, I think that's just, you know, a little bit of ankle play to help him stand. So yeah, overall I think the robot mode looks pretty good. And I got lucky, mine can stand pretty easily on its own. So we'll go ahead and we'll take a look at the transformation. Alright, so you're going to go ahead and leave the gun in here because of course that's going to form the barrel of the turret of the tank. You can go ahead and start by just kind of pushing the head straight back. And you can see that's just going to sit flush just like that. Then you can lift the whole turret section and pull it up here just so it's out of the way of everything. And it's going to sit there temporarily. I kind of like this. If he had a head like that, it kind of reminds me of a GoBot or something. Just kind of funny. So you're going to go ahead and straighten out the arms. These arms are actually, you can see how there's a turret, or, not turret. The, what do you call them? Now I'm blanking. In any case, you're going to go ahead and push that together, and that's going to collapse. So the chain, wow, I'm really blanking on the word, I'm sorry. In any case, you're going to do that on both sides. There you go. The tread, thank you, the tread. Jeez, wow, having a brain fart there. You can see the treads are all now together. You're going to go ahead and then just collapse this down. And they're going to pop in on the sides, just like that. And now you pretty much have a whole top of a tank on top of a waist. So that all fits together nice and flush. Come around to the back. Wow, really can't talk today. Spin the waist 180 degrees. You're going to collapse this back, and it's going to kind of accordion in on itself, just like that. And it might be easier to do that before you push these in, just because you can see how well the legs fit in there in the little groove. Then I'm going to just go ahead and kind of fold these down, and they're going to kind of accordion in on themselves as well. And then you're just going to line everything up. And then that's all going to fold together to form the whole back of the tank. As you can see, it's nice and solid. And then you're just going to rock the turret back into place where it was originally. And there you go. You have your tank mode, which I think looks pretty great. So I have to admit that I really do like this tank mode. I know it's simplistic, but it works. It looks great. It really reminds me of the G1 character. He's got the port on the back here to become kind of a... foot or I guess arm, depending on how you transform them. But yeah, the only problem is the turret does not move at all. I mean, it can kind of accordion out farther, or I guess you could have it go up and you could have some up or down like that, but it cannot move from side to side, which is a bit of a bummer. Now, he does have this kind of piece on the back here, which you can rotate down and hide if you like, but I'm pretty sure this is here. If you would like to rotate it all the way up, you can bring this piece back in and go ahead and pop this on and then fold this down. And then it can, because the original G1 character had two big cannons on the back, plus the normal turret. So you can get kind of a G1 look there by having the two big guns on the back. So I appreciate that they included that little piece, because it's a very simple little addition that you can give them a little bit extra firepower, give them a little bit more G1 aesthetic. I think it's great. I think either way looks great. I think with that on there it looks good. But just something about the simplicity of this little tank mode that I also really, really enjoy. I have to say I actually like Brawl a lot. I was kind of afraid when I first picked him up, because I had a lot of people, or I should say a lot of reviews I had previously seen online had complained about his hips or his kind of knee joints and said he was a bit of a floppy mess. But I must have got lucky, because mine's fairly solid, knock on wood. I like him. I mean, if you're lucky enough to get one that's not floppy, I think he's pretty well engineered. I think he looks pretty good. I don't really have any complaints. Yeah, I think it's just the luck of the draw. I mean, it always kind of is with Transformers. My Blast-Off is a little rickety in the arm joints and things like that. So, quality control has just kind of been a bit of an issue for Hasbro recently. So if you get lucky enough to get one that has nice joints, it's a great figure. But that could be true about any figure, just luck of the draw. But I like him. I recommend him. I definitely think you're going to want to pick him up, especially if you're trying to get all the Combaticons to form Bruticus. Plus, he is kind of like the only new mold out of this entire team, because all the others are repaints, retools of other molds we've already seen. So it's nice to get one new mold in this line, basically, in this team, I should say. I think he's eventually going to be remade into Nosecone for the Technobots, but only time will tell on that. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. Please like and share this video. Please subscribe if you haven't already. I hope you've enjoyed this look at Deluxe Brawl from Transformers Generations Combiner Wars. And thanks for watching.